Hello, Ms. Watson.
Hi, Mr. Judge Brown, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Judge, Ms. Watson is here in 24 CF 238 and 22 CF 1880. The agreement that's been reached with the state The agreement for Ms. Watson would be to enter a plea as charged in 24 CF 238. Adjudication would be withheld. She'd be placed on 3 years probation that is concurrent with the violation of probation case. She's going to be admitting to the violation of probation and be sentenced to a concurrent 3 years probation in 22 CF 1880. All original conditions are going to be reimposed. And the best way to point to this is the special condition is attend and complete Keaton Bars to Bread. She was accepted into that program since we last saw the court on Monday.
Good.
And has a bed waiting for her. So $615 in court costs, $100 VOP fee, $250 cost of defense. We're requesting that the court waive all or a portion of the cost of supervision while she is currently at the program. May I approach the plea?
Please. Ms. Watson, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down.
And Judge, this would be a negotiated downward departure.
Thank you. When you say that, earlier today, there was a downward departure. If I had a score sheet, I need to know what that was because I don't think I marked it on the score sheet.
Yes, sir.
Just so you'll know. Ms. Watson, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions? Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, very much.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Watson, I do accept your plea. Adjudication is withheld. You're sentenced to 3 years probation, and that's concurrent to run on each case and count. In the VOP case, your supervision is modified, the original terms and conditions, but modified so that it is 3 years probation. You're required to enter and successfully complete the Keaton program, inpatient program. You'll remain in the jail until a bed's available. You need to pay the court costs in the new case, $100 VOP fee in the VOP case, total of $250 public defender's fee. The $40 per month cost of supervision will be waived while you're in the Keaton program or in jail waiting for the Keaton program. Thank you. If you'll just give me one moment.
And it's Ms. Watson going into the Keaton program, which is the real reason for the downward departure and for the continued withhold of adjudication.
Good. The one thing I wanted to say, Ms. Watson, I've seen your face a lot. I've seen you a lot. Your face looks really good now. When Keaton was mentioned, you know, I just wish you the best, ma'am. I really hope you succeed. Come out of there and you've got so many things to offer. I can tell just from your facial expressions that you've got a big personality.
I do.
And so the world's waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. Good luck. Good morning.
Use mine. I like blue. Judge, this is Mr. Woodams before the court in 23 CF 2382 and 23 CF 2255. We've reached an agreement. Ms. Woodams is going to be entering an admission to the violations of probation. The agreement is an adjudication of guilt, 11 months, 29 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for time served. That is concurrent. That will revoke and terminate her probations. There will be $100 VOP fee in each case and a total of $250 cost of defense. May I approach the plea agreement?
Yes, sir. Ms. Woodams, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Ms. Woodams, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
I do.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
I did.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
I did.
Ms. Woodams, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty. You're sentenced to 11 months, 29 days in the Okaloosa County Jail to run concurrently, run at the same time between each case and count. Also with credit for all time served. Your prior supervision is revoked and terminated. You'll need to pay the $100 cost of prosecution for each of the two cases, total of $250 public defender's fee. How long do you want before those amounts go to a civil lien or judgment after you get out of jail?
6 months.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So 6 months after you get out of jail, if you don't pay those amounts, then they'll go to a civil lien or judgment. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Woodams. You too.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Can we call Mr. Lucas Stevens, who's present, and approach him?
Good. Hello, Mr. Stevens. Good morning.
And Your Honor, this will be a change of plea, with no contest. In 2023 CF 829, it'll be as charged for count one. 2023 CF 848, count one is going to be the lesser included of reckless driving, and that's Florida statute 316.192, subsection 1, subsection A. And then count two in that case number will be as charged. For the two felony counts, 23 CF 829 count 1 and 23 CF 848 count 2, it'll be a withhold of adjudication, 11.29 months, Okaloosa County Jail. The state and defense stipulate that 11.29 months has already been served. My client will be placed on 2 years standard probation. That's the $40 per month cost of supervision. Letters of apology to Robert Wagner and Daniel Kane. There's $250 for defense costs. There's court costs, mental health evaluation, any recommended treatment. And Your Honor, there is restitution to the Florida Sheriff's Risk Management Fund, and that amount is $18,960.14. And that restitution amount I did handwrite on this form, and my client did initial by it.
Good.
All cases and counts to run concurrent. And for that count one, the reckless driving will be adjudication of guilt and credit for time served. If I may approach with the plea form.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Stevens, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you, sir. Mr. Stevens, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stevens, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty on count one of 23 CF 848. Adjudication is withheld on the other cases and counts. You're sentenced to 11 months, 29 days in the Okaloosa County Jail. However, the state stipulates that you've already served that time. You're sentenced to 2 years probation. You'll need to pay the $40 per month cost of supervision, court costs, total of $250 public defender's fee, do the letters of apology, submit to a mental health evaluation within 30 days from today, begin any treatment if it's recommended within 60 days from today. Need to pay the restitution in the amount of $18,960.14. Again, all the sentences are to run concurrently. I wish you the best, Mr. Stevens. Thank you, sir.
Pamela Smith is next.
Thank you. Hello, Ms. Smith. Good, how are you? Good.
Your Honor, this case was set for a bond hearing. My client also has a new law violation. If I could pass her case up to this afternoon?
Is she on the arraignment?
No, she just got it for a bond hearing, Judge. But
Okay.
I'd like to talk about that new law, the new case she just got served on.
Okay. Do you want her to bring it back at 1:30 or 2:30?
I'll be here either, whichever is easy for the court.
Well, I'm sorry. We've got 12:30 and then 1:30.
The
So
1:30?
at 1:30,
Yes, Judge.
okay? I'll see you this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
The clock says start. When Pamela Smith is done, she should come back at 4:30.
Judge, can I just have a brief?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if we could address her case in the afternoon. I do have a plea deal signed by the state, and it's close. If I could just have some extra time to talk
Okay.
to my client.
Ms. Starks, I'll see you this afternoon.
So we can talk privately in there, okay? So hold on. Yes, ma'am.
There's over 100
Okay.
inmates,
Yes, ma'am.
so.
Thank you. Ms. Starks, I'll come see you.
We'll do Herbert Ferry next.
Thank you.
She also has to come back to work. I will, we'll do Herbert Ferry meals next.
Perry and then who?
We're just going straight down this list, Lloyd Poole.
Go ahead. Read it.
Judge, this is Mr. Herbert Perry in 23 CF 2464. If I just have a moment for a signature. All right, Mr. Perry. Your Honor, my client will be admitting to the violation. It'll be to maintain the withhold of adjudication, be modified to a new term, which will be 12 months of the drug offender probation, which has the curfew from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. This is followed by the 24 months of standard probation. $40 per month cost of supervision, $100 for the cost of prosecution for the VOP, $150 defense costs, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, random breath tests, random UAs, substance abuse evaluation, and any recommended treatment. If I may approach, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Did you hand in the score sheet?
Mr. Perry, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Score sheet?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Perry, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Absolutely.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Perry, I do accept your plea. Adjudication is withheld. Your current supervision is modified so that the next 12 months you're on drug offender probation, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew, followed by 24 months standard probation. You'll need to pay the $40 per month cost of supervision, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender's fee. You will have no alcohol or no medications without a valid prescription. Submit to random breath test, random urinalysis. You will also need to submit to a substance abuse evaluation within 30 days from today. Begin any treatment if it's recommended within 60 days from today. Any questions, Mr. Perry? Mr. Perry, I wish you the best, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What city do you live in? What city do you live in? What county, sir? Okay, so you gotta report to our office first and you transfer. Lloyd Poole?
Thank you.
Mr. Poole, Jennifer, please.
Hello, Mr. Poole.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
A little better.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we're set here for a bond motion.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gomez, I believe this case, you had a letter from the alleged victim, Mr. Poole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you assuming that it stated that you wanted him to get out? Because that's not what it stated.
No, I just wanted to give you
Okay.
just heads up.
It said the opposite. The letter said that he wanted him to remain in incarceration and that they would not provide a place for him to stay.
Okay, yes, sir.
Your Honor, if we could, I guess we'll move forward with the motion.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if I could get some testimony from my client.
Mr. Poole, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down.
Mr. Poole, can you please state your full name for the record?
Lloyd Craig Poole, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Poole, if released, to the best of your ability, where will you be residing?
Currently, right now, I was displaced from my parents' house, and my dad was providing a room for me to stay at the Extended Stay America. I haven't had any contact with my mother or my stepdad, and I don't know if that room is still available for me right now, and I don't even know that I don't even know if my stuff is still there at all. So I haven't been in contact with them at all. but worst case scenario, I can go down to 1 Hope.
Okay. And the one, was that in Okaloosa County, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you do get released, will you stay in contact with the public defender's office?
Yes, sir.
And if this court imposes any pretrial release conditions, will you abide by those conditions?
Yes, sir. I've also been in contact with Okaloosa County Sheriff's, because I was working at VPS at the airport. I've also been in contact with Fish and Wildlife. I've also been in contact with federal wildlife conservationists and the military police officers on a constant basis, sir.
Okay. I don't want to go into any further involved in the case. Your Honor, that's all the testimony I have
Okay.
from my client.
Any cross from the state?
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Any other evidence from the defense?
No other evidence, Judge.
Any evidence from the state?
Any more evidence?
Any
No,
evidence?
Your Honor.
Okay. Argument?
Judge, yes. My client was arrested and has been in custody since February 18th. He's being held on 2 charges, the third-degree felony criminal mischief and the first-degree misdemeanor trespassing. I'm asking the court to convert both those cash and professional bonds to signature bonds. So each count, I'm requesting 2,500 signature bonds, Your Honor.
Okay. To the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the victim right now is not here. He did provide my office with a letter. I'm not going to say that what Mr. Poole represented was a lie. However, that was not what was represented to me by his father. His father stated that at no point in time, and specifically in the letter, he states, for the following reasons, Gene and I recommend against reducing bond or releasing Lloyd for a signature bond. He is terminated from his job. Health insurance was canceled for non-payment. Room Extended Stay America was canceled, and he only offered him that room prior to this arrest because there was so much animosity that was going on between the alleged victims and the alleged defendant. Personal property was moved to a nearby storage facility pending that disposition. Florida's driver's license was suspended. Auto insurance expired. Cell phone plan canceled. Multiple collection agencies and family and friends are fearful of him showing up at their doors. They specifically talk about that from the period from April 23rd to February 24th, when he facilitated living in the Extended Stay America, they subsidized his food, cell phone, fuel, auto insurance, and other miscellaneous expenses with the hopes of him keeping a job and being able to live independently. And they're fearful that at this point, if he's released, he is going to harbor so much animosity towards them that this incident would just happen again. Another incident similar to this one happened in case number 2017 CF2110, where he backed his SUV into their garage, causing extensive damage to the home and to vehicles. With specificity to Mr. Poole's prior criminal record, he does have a prior felony criminal mischief, multiple grand thefts, 2 burglary of unoccupied structures, 2 fleeing and attempting to elude, multiple DWLSRs, and I think approximately 9 misdemeanors. Your Honor, as of right now, the criminal mischief that's set at $2,500 and the trespassing that's set at $2,500 cash professional are very reasonable bonds for the charges in this particular incident. This was an unprovoked incident that he essentially performed this criminal mischief on their houses. For those reasons, Your Honor, we would respectfully request that these bonds remain in place, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Couch?
Yes, Judge, just briefly. My client is financially unable to post a bond that's currently set. He did state he would look for the Hope Housing in Okaloosa County.
All
right. As we stand with these 2 pending charges, I just want to, my client does have the presumption of innocence, and bail is neither here to punish or detain the accused. And he has been in custody since that February 18th date, Judge.
Understand. Mr. Poole, a lot of thoughts in my head,
Yes, sir.
you know, that think about money, that think about your money and the lack of money. Because if you had the cash, you'd be out. Also, the charges that are against you, have to look at the totality. Is it reasonable under everything that I've received, that I know, that I have the facts of, and respectfully, based upon everything that I know about your case, the limited amount, the motion for release on the own recognizance or to reduce the bond is denied. So when will I see Mr. Poole next?
Judge, I believe we're set for the July 8th date, pre-trial.
Okay, I'll see you on July 8th.
Mr. Brown, I was talking to Xavier Diarco.
I don't want to make any statements.
Mr. Brown, do you mind if I continue speaking?
Well, just know that everything's recorded,
Yes, sir.
can be used against you if you say anything factually about your case, and the state's to your right. But it's up to you.
I was speaking to Xavier Diarco of the Navy Recruiter's Office, formerly of Fort Walton Beach, where he transferred to Crestview Recruiting Office. There are several correspondence between me and him where my air conditioning vent at the Extended Stay America, there was some form of a vapor that was being ingested into the air conditioning vent. And there was also a task force arrest at the apartment complex behind, to which I had absolutely nothing to do with. And my Uncle Dan was on a ride-along. And
Uncle Dan was what?
my Uncle Dan Mossman,
Yes, sir.
he was on a ride-along with the sheriff department, and he got on the PA. He said, "Hey, this is your Uncle Dan, Craig. This is really going to piss you off." So immediately when those people were being arrested, my name and my Uncle Dan's name, and they retaliate towards me.
Okay. Just give me a moment, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm just pulling up the arrest report.
Yes, sir. There's a lot of circumstances surrounding this. This isn't just there's a lot of extenuating circumstances, sir.
Okay. Mr. Poole, my decision remains the same.
Yes, sir.
Thank
I
you.
understand.
Yes, sir.
But if you could look into that, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Morning, sir.
I'm all right, yours?
Good, good.
Judge, if I have a brief
Yes,
moment.
sir.
The 16th of 2024. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we will be admitting to the violation. Adjudication of guilt will be 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail. Client will receive credit for time served. Revoke and terminate the probation, $100 VOP cost of prosecution, and there's 150 defense costs. If I may approach, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this is a plea to a misdemeanor violation, so there will not be a score sheet obtained.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pugh, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
So
sir.
help you God. You can put your hand down, Mr. Pugh, thank you. Mr. Pugh, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Only thing I don't get, off 9 months, what you do off 9 months?
How much do you get off of 9
Yeah,
months?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure what your credit is. The jail has to do that. If you don't agree with the credit that the jail gives you, then you can appeal that and we can figure that out.
Yes, sir. I have a hard time dealing with jail on the time served, because every time I be writing them, it'd be hard for them to respond on the credit for time served. I don't know how much.
Mr. Kocher, what are your thoughts?
It's, and to make it clear, it's not a credit time served offer. My math shows around 160 days my client has been in custody. So he still has, I don't like to give numbers, but
Sure.
it's still roughly around 100 days in my math. But of course, at the jail, they do the ultimate numbers.
Okay. So if Mr. Pugh believes that he's not getting enough credit, what can he do? Can he contact you or?
Absolutely, after the jail makes that final figure, if
Good.
there's a dispute, I can absolutely petition the court
Okay.
to address it.
Super. Mr. Pugh, so do you want to enter this plea or not?
Yeah, I do it.
Okay. Mr. Pugh, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty. You're sentenced to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. Your prior supervision is revoked and terminated. You'll need to pay the $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender's fee. How long will you need to pay those amounts and the other outstanding
I don't
financials?
know how long I'll be, I don't even know, Your Honor.
Okay, how about this, Mr. Pugh? If you fail to pay those within 1 year after you get out of jail, then they'll go to a civil lien or judgment. Not criminal, but civil, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Attorney Reagan,
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe that's all I have on the morning docket. Maybe excuse me.
Yes, sir, thank you. Morning, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Reagan's here on a bond motion that was set for today.
Yes, sir. And I see that Mr. Riggins been in jail since February 17th. Charges possession of controlled substance. Things that I highlighted were those. And I did read the rest of the motion.
Yes, Judge. I'm not going to, well, if I get some brief testimony from my client.
Sure. Mr. Reagan, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down.
Mr. Reagan, can you just state your full name for the record?
Tyreen Joseph Reagan.
If released, Mr. Reagan, where will you reside at if released from custody?
If released from custody, I will temporarily be residing in my vehicle in the Walmart parking lot. However, I have been making attempts to get into housing assistance through the Shalom House. I have an application in there that I applied before I was incarcerated. Also, Helping Hands. I've been given some information on the Helping Hands in both Destin and Defuniak Springs. Also, I've been given information about the shelter, one helpful place in Fort Walton Beach. That's also an option available to me.
And if released, Mr. Reagan, will you stay in contact with my office?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Will you make all court dates that require your presence?
Yes, sir. And I would like to note that I've never failed to appear for any court proceeding to date.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Judge.
To the state, questions? Okay. Argument?
Judge, just what I stated in the motion, as you stated, he has been in custody since that February 17th date. I'm requesting we convert his bond to a signature bond.
Okay, thank you. To the state?
You know, the bond amount, I think, is reasonable bond based on the charge. I'm a little concerned that he doesn't have a place to stay. The state is not seeking resolution of the case that would involve incarceration. It's a probation offer, so I think that's pertinent for this situation. Just want to make sure that he's safe and can be successful, you know, when he gets out.
So what is the,
That's basically my concern, so.
what is the offer to Mr. Reagan now?
I gave him, I actually signed a plea agreement earlier. I thought this was gonna be a resolution, so.
I could state on the record, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Adjudication of guilt, 3 years of standard probation.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Reagan, as I mentioned to the prior defendant, money comes to mind. Your money or lack of money. But it sounds like that you've done a lot of homework. Means a lot to me that you have no prior failures to appear. Haven't heard any evidence of that. You stated you've never not appeared when you're supposed to. That works in your favor. Your motion is granted. Your bonds are converted to signature bonds. Make sure that you stay in touch with Mr. Koch. Make sure that you attend. When will I see Mr. Reagan next? Is it July 8th?
Yes, Judge.
So July 8th at 9 o'clock here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Also remember, what the offer is from the state. And if you fail to appear, then it's a violation. And that may not be their offer in the future. So you got a downside. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I also would like to, if I could, just state for the record, for both the state attorney's sake and the court's sake, that, I do have, before incarcerated, I was a day laborer but gainfully employed. However, my lack of funds on my person, and of course with me not having said funds of bond, it was, I do understand the state's concern. However, I have full intention to make better of my circumstances.
Good. Thank you, sir. I'll see you on July 8th.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Bill Reagan is next.
Thank you.
When you get out, call that number. Yep.
Hello, Mr. Riggins.
Your Honor, if I have a note for a signature.
Yes, sir.
There.
Can I approve on a different matter?
Yes, sir.
Você cria cor, traz a paz das estrelas, meu amor. Quero te ver brilhar, quero te ver sonhar, como a luz do sol.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
For years, I proudly served Florida as
Mr.
a
Koch.
state trooper. During that time, I investigated over 1,000.
Judge, this will be a change of plea, a no contest. For Mr. Riggins, and this is 24 CF 243. It'll be counts 1 and counts 2, adjudication of guilt, 100 days in the Okaloosa County Jail, credit for time served, be followed by the 3 years of standard probation, $40 per month cost supervision. There's $615 in court costs, $150 in defense costs, substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, begin any recommended treatment within 60 days, random UAs, 24 hours community service, maintain gainful employment, or 5 job applications per week. Both counts to run concurrent, and then counts 3 and counts 4 will be adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. And just a correction on my plea form from month to week, I'm going to have you sign next so that we discuss. Your Honor, if I may approach with the plea form.
Yes, sir. So is it no No alcohol and no medications?
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
And I also have a score sheet.
thank you. Mr. Riggins, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Mr. Riggins, did you read the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Did you discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did he answer all of your questions?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Riggins, I do accept your plea. You're adjudicated guilty in each case and count. You're sentenced to credit for time served in counts 3 and 4, so it's only one case. In counts 1 and 2, you're sentenced to 100 days in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. That's to run concurrently, run at the same time, followed by 3 years of probation. You'll need to pay the $40 per month cost of supervision, court cost, $150 public defender's fee, perform 24 hours of community service work, submit to a substance abuse evaluation within 30 days from today, or 30 days from the time of your release.
Yes, sir.
Submit to any treatment if it's recommended within 60 days from your release. Maintain gainful employment or perform 5 job applications per week. You have no alcohol or medications without a valid prescription. Submit to random urinalysis, random breath tests. Thank you, Mr. Riggins. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Jacob Robertson is next, Judge. She's also on the 1 with that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. This is Jacob Robertson. Thank you. We are here on 2 cases, Your Honor. The 24 CF 184 will be entering a denial. And then I've just handed information for the 24 CF 824, the new law. We'll be entering a not guilty, waive formal readings. And Judge, if we can have them set for the 7/8 pretrial date.
Okay. Mr. Robertson, I'll see you back here on July 8th. Thank you.
Isaac Robinson is next.
Thank you. There's no admin.
Lynn, we're ready for the next ones.
This is Nicholas Schneider. That was the new law was dropped. I want to put it back on probation. Since we're revoking and terminating it, we dismiss the violation of the original state. Bill, what is it? Yeah, that was no cost. Okay. Cool, I just.
Yes, sir.
Judge, this is Mr. Isaac Robinson. Can I have just a brief moment?
Yes, sir. Rachel. Good, thank you.
Judge, to my left is Mr. Isaac Robinson. We're here on 22 CF 1388, 23 CF 689, both denials for the violation of probation. Requesting to have this set, I believe the next date, that June 10th, in the morning for VOP.
Okay. Yes, sir. Mr. Robinson, I'll see you then. Thank you. Told Rachel that we needed a lunch break, so we'll finish the rest of the folks at 12:30 and then do the arraignments right after that.
Yes, Judge.
We're in recess until 12:30.
All right, thank you.